What's your dirty little secret? I dated a friend's girlfriend while they were dating. She was cheating on him and I had not met him yet. 2 years later, he and I are good friends and at a bar chatting about exes and she came up and he laughed his ass off. He said, knew she was cheating, but couldn't ever prove it. We're still good friends and we laugh about how we're cheating bitch cousins. He and I did not know each other yet when it happened. We met later through mutual friends. Posted this before. I lost my virginity to a friend of mine's mom. Story. Summer of '81. Was mowing lawns to make some extra cash having just gotten my license and needed gas and insurance. Since my buddies, Bob, parents split up, his father moved back to Wisconsin and left his mother the house. As part of the visitation, Bob spent summers in Wisconsin. Bob's mom, Marky, asked me to mow their yard weekly while Bob was away. Marky was in her mid-30s, looked a lot like Marianne from Gilligan's Island with bigger tits and a lot less modest since she was typically in a bikini and sunbathing when I was there to work. The third week in June was super hot and I was mowing shirtless. She was laying out as normal. I had stopped to take a drink and empty the lawnmower bag. Marky called me over and asked me to lotion her back. I did and got a huge erection when I did. She rolled over, saw the obvious tent pole in my shorts and smiled and said she knew how to deal with that. I said okay in a Forrest Gump kinda way and she pulled down my shorts and gave me my very first blowjob right there in her backyard. I came ridiculously fast and she just swallowed it while looking in my eyes. I got hard within minutes and we just let nature take its course. We met up twice a week for the rest of the summer. She taught me quite a bit about pleasing women, including massage, foreplay, oral and positions. So my future girlfriends and wife have Marky to thank for all the skills that she taught to me the summer of '81. I once attended a wedding as an event photographer with my crew. When I finally had a break and one of the members offered to take shots while I take a quick pee break, I used the bathroom at the far back of the event. While there I heard weird noises and upon opening one of the stalls found that the bride's dad was having sex with one of the bridesmaid. After the event when the bride's dad was paying all our crew and handed me my pay, I whispered to him maybe a little extra and I won't tell the bride. He got angry but he ended up paying me twice my pay. My ex told me to drug her and do with her what I wanted. So I drugged her and played video games all night with friends. She still thinks I ducked her multiple times that night. Not my thing. But she wouldn't stop pestering me about it. My girlfriend thinks I have a 7.5-inch penis because one time she told me to measure it in front of her as a joke and she read the ruler wrong. Never bothered to correct her. My mom assumes I lost my virginity to my first serious boyfriend in high school. In reality, it was one of the guys working construction on the new house behind us. Definitely glad I faked sick from school that day. Edit. I was over the age of consent, so everyone messaging me stop asking. I sucked a guy's penis so he'd buy me boba. Edit. Boba tea aka bubble tea. I have fallen out of love with my so of 3+ years and I am way too afraid to break it off. My secret, I guess, is that I'm a cowardly little. A couple months before one of my best friends and his girlfriend started dating, me and her hooked up a lot. They hadn't even met each other yet, so there is no foul play. We met at a party. Both of us had recently gotten out of long-term relationships, so we were able to kind of bond over that. One thing leads to another and we hooked up that night. Both of us decide that it wouldn't be smart to jump into something after a long-term relationship. But we also decided that we really liked having sex with each other. Crazy sexual chemistry. So we decide to basically just be each other's booty call. We seriously didn't even text that much unless it was about meeting at my place or hers. It really was just about sex. This goes on for about a month and then she meets my buddy through a mutual friend and they pretty much fell for each other immediately. They've been together for 2 years now and I honestly think they will probably get married. I know they've talked about it. For a while, her and I considered telling him, but we've since decided that we are pretty much taking it to the grave. The way we see it, it's just not worth the potential damage it could cause to both our friendship and their relationship. Nobody did anything wrong. They didn't even know each other. Sometimes it's best to just leave the past in the past. I used to make up whole people and tell my friends that I was friends with these other people and how cool they were and how much they liked me. I probably made up somewhere around 10 friends of mine and no one was any the wiser. I'd tell everyone that I was staying at my fake friends' houses and eating with their family and stuff. On the internet I'd make up my fake persona and fake family. I did this from the ages of 8 to 12 before I realized it was dumb and stopped. I had a broken home. My half-sisters didn't care about me, and I had no friends because I was constantly bullied and was constantly bullied because I had no friends. I've never told anyone this or come clean about it to the people I lied to. I just wanted to pretend to enjoy life, man. When I was in kindergarten I changed the PC name to Poop and changed it back before my father came home. Our 10-year-old decided to change his Xbox handle to Dank Memes, but he wasn't changing his Xbox handle. He was changing his mother's name in her Google account. He had tried out 3 other handles right before settling Dank Memes. If you change your account information 4 times in a row, Google will block further modifications for 3 months. So for a good while, every email my wife sent was signed Dank Memes. I started feeling clit stimulation when I was very young. I'd hop on a table with my leg crossed underneath me and then rock back and forth. My mom is super conservative and did not feel comfortable discussing the birds and the bees with me, or why it tickles down there, so she would just tell me to stop without explaining why. Because of this, I never understood that it was a sexual thing or it wasn't appropriate to do in public. I just thought it tickled and felt really good. Starting at around 7 years old, my friends and I would fully hump each other when we got home from school. Like, go down to the basement and hop on each other's legs and just go at it. We would just go in turns getting each other off without ever understanding what we were actually doing. I haven't spoken to the girls who I used to do it with, but I'm assuming none of us have told anyone else. When I was in school I used to get bullied a lot, and when I was 11 my dad got a job offer somewhere else so we had to move. The last day I went to that school it was payday. Physical education, which meant that first thing in the morning everyone had to change into their pay clothes and leave their regular class uniforms on their desks. We didn't use lockers. For that day I had made this really awful stink spray with rotten eggs and a whole bunch of other stuff in it, and I came in late that day so the classroom would be empty. I proceeded to take out the spray and sprayed the uniforms of all the kids that had bullied me. Some people noticed I had been the only kid in the classroom, but nobody imagined it was me because I had always been the nice kid of the class. One of the bullies even asked me if I had seen anybody else walk into the classroom when I was in there. Stink sprayed the uniforms of bullies in class and nobody figured it was me, even though I was the only one left alone in the classroom because I had always been the nice kid. Picked up a box off the street, the size of a matchbox, had some heft to it, pocketed it and walked home. Turns out there were bullets in it, and owning said bullets is illegal in my country, so now I'm trying to figure out a way of disposing of them without getting caught or ending up injuring some poor dump truck worker. Wife and I are currently separating, and I've been wary because she's spent a lot of time with a guy she knows, including staying over a lot. She has been claiming that nothing is or will happen, that it's the last thing on her mind right now, etc. She came home last Thursday morning with a shopping bag, where she'd picked up some juice for our children on the way home and put some of her own stuff in it too. I thought I'd help out when she went to work by emptying said bag, only to pull out a suspender belt with stockings attached. So my secret is that I didn't tell her that I found that last week. I masturbated with the sauna ladle handle around the age when everything was a dildo. Nobody knows. They have all touched it. My best friend drunk masturbated in my bed right next to me while she thought I was asleep. I was 50-50, just lay here and hope she doesn't realize you're awake or offer my help. You can guess which option my dumber self chose. She admitted to it about 6 months later and was super embarrassed. Mostly because she thought I was asleep, but also because she didn't even think, hey, there's a guy like a foot from me who could provide assistance.